House Judiciary Committee and co-chair of the Congressional Georgia Caucus for the enhancement of strategic relations between the United States and Georgia, as well as for his staunch support rendered to Georgia's Euro-Atlantic integration, national interest, and sovereignty. Allergy and infectious diseases of the U.S. National Institute of Health for his outstanding support of Georgia's healthcare system in the field of communicable disease and health advancing science.
So for those of you that are sneaking out, I don't think you want to do that.
Madam and Mr. Minister, distinguished members of Congress, honorable ambassadors, ladies and gentlemen, 98 years ago, a new flag of Georgia was raised and the country was declared an independent state. Thus ended Georgia's more than a century-old annexation by Tsarist Russia. Georgian independence, however, did not last long. The Bolshevik Russia had managed to end Georgia's short-lived independence and to once again draw it back to her fold. As a result, Georgia was put behind a padlocked door of the Soviet rule for another 70 years. However, a freedom-loving spirit of Georgians, their bravery, as well as trials and tribulations of the late 80s and the early 90s of the past century have brought the independence back again in 1991. 25 years have passed since then. These have been uneasy years where moments of tears and pain were followed by those of cheer and pride, and vice versa. However, whatever disappointment, the foreign aggression, or stumble in domestic developments might have brought, the stamina of the Georgian people and the efforts of the successive governments have sustained the progress in my country. We have much to be proud of. The modern Georgia is freer as ever. The modern Georgia is in deep process of integration with the Euro-Atlantic community. The modern Georgia is a reliable partner of the United States. The modern Georgia is a good neighbor in the region. The modern Georgia yearns to trade and share experiences with any member of the international community willing to reciprocate. This is what we celebrate tonight.
Distinguished members of the government of the United States, distinguished members of Congress, honorable ambassadors, representatives of Georgian diaspora, ladies and gentlemen, I am extremely honored to be with you today as we celebrate both the quarter century of Georgia's regained independence and the strategic partnership with the United States. The U.S. has been our close friend and partner since the first days of our independence and throughout the most tumultuous, formative, and existential moments for my country. In fact, the United States has always rendered its stalwart support to Georgia's territorial integrity and sovereignty, backed our young democracy, has played the most critical role in establishing a functional democracy and economy, and invested over $3 billion in my country's development. It trained more than 12,000 men and women in uniform via the GTEP and different programs, while multi-billion program on elimination of hepatitis C is being implemented now. Mr. Ambassador,
Mr. Minister, thank you so much for the very kind invitation to join you and celebrate with you tonight. It's an honor that I'm very happy to share with an impressive gathering of distinguished colleagues, in particular, colleagues from the Senate and the House of Representatives, including Senator Cotton, Senator Wicker, Judge Poe, Congressman Hunter, Weber, Engel, and others who are here with us tonight. Too many to name, but who represent the incredible warmth and friendship that defines the relationship between the United States and Georgia. And we're so pleased to be here as well with the Minister of Defense and the Minister of Foreign Affairs. On behalf of Secretary Kerry, it is my great privilege to celebrate with you and the people of Georgia as you mark 25 years of independence and 8,000 years of winemaking.
I'm honored to be here to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Georgia's independence. When Georgia declared its independence from the Soviet Union, it may appear to the outside world as if the Georgian people were emerging from a long sleep. But that perception would have been wrong. During the 70 years of Soviet rule, the Georgian people were not sleeping. They were waiting.
Congratulations, first off, on marking independence. For 25 years since the end of Soviet rule, Georgia has fought to remain free, sovereign, and independent, and the United States is proud to support that goal. The United States is also proud of the strong partnership we have with Georgia. For the past 13 years, Georgia has been a steadfast partner in Iraq and Afghanistan. As many speakers have said, in Afghanistan in particular, Georgia is the largest troop contributor per capita, without caveats, of all coalition members. And Georgia has sacrificed. I know it's loud in here, but for those who can hear me, I want to honor the sacrifice of 32 killed in action from Georgia, 282 wounded in action. And like all who are at war, it has changed the lives of thousands of Georgians.
Colleagues from across the administration, including Tom Melia, who leads our partnership with Georgia at USAID. Here's the deal. I'm good. I'm really, really good. I'm not as good as Georgian wine, food, or hospitality. So let me just be very brief and say that I'm truly honored to be here to convey to you our deepest and warmest congratulations on the important and historic occasion of the birthday of the Minister of Defense.
I am so proud of the people of Georgia, living in a tough neighborhood, having stood by and tried to, for many years, throw the yoke of Soviet oppression off, and finally, 25 years ago, becoming an independent and free country and democracy.